What is up, guys? Getting this all set up here real quick. We'll be starting in 2 seconds, literally. All right, I can see it. Welcome back to another episode of Doing It with Jason. I am Jason. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'll be answering questions. Any comments or anything, just let me know. We're going to be showing you guys how to print on wood. Totally easy way of doing it. It's like my favorite by far. So let's get started. Alright guys, so my name is Jason. I have a web channel on the YouTube out there in the interweb, Doing It with Jason. So if you search on that, you can find some really cool videos of how to do stuff and furniture making, a lot of DIYs, all kid friendly, no cursing and all that loveliness. But today I'm going to show you guys how to print on wood with an inkjet printer. So basically what I'm just doing for demonstration purposes is I cut out some plywood. You can go and get any kind of wood that you prefer. My favorite is I have a cabinet shop and a furniture shop. You can go to those guys, ask them for their scraps, anything they have lying around. Perfect for printing and just recycling. It's really cool. So my favorite wood is pretty much maple for the most part, because what happens is when you're printing and you're putting an image onto the wood becomes white. Inkjet printers do not print white. So that being said, the lighter the wood, the better. So I prefer maple. Birch works out pretty well. There's tons of different woods that work really good. Maple has a really closed pore grain, I guess to say, so it works really good as far as when you transfer it. It's an instant transfer. It goes right on, and it's pretty cool. So now the main thing is, before you start, you get your wood, to prep the wood. That's your most important thing. From what I found is 120 grit sandpaper. You can use any kind of way of doing it. You know, you can sand it by hand. You can use an orbital sander, which is my preferred option of doing it. Get the vacuum connected to it, suck up all the dust, and just stop at 120. You can start at 80 if you have to, or any other grit. But that's the best transfer rate that I've found. I also have a full video on the YouTube Doing It with Jason channel that shows you from start to finish to do it. Now, the second thing you're going to need is a credit card. So any kind of credit card that you guys have, you know, used. I like using the ones that they send us. I have 4 kids, so usually they fight over them. The fake little cards to get you to sign up for something, or we're going to, you know, give your business a whole bunch of money and that sort of thing. Just use that as a squeegee. And the third important thing is going to be the transfer paper. Now, this is the key to the deal. I've searched everywhere to find the best transfer paper, because what you're doing is you're going to be sticking this in the inkjet printer. It's going to print soaking wet on here, and then you're going to lay it face down, and you get one shot, and you're going to squeegee it on. After it's on, that's it. You're done. There's no Mod Podge. There's none of that. Wait 8 hours. It is perfect. An important note is you're going to want to make sure that you reverse the image. So I just downloaded GIMP or something on this computer. Inside I use Photoshop, which is a really cool. You could print, set up the size, measure your wood, make it fit, all kinds of cool stuff like that. So now the printing paper that I use is great, because along with the wood and going around, all you have to do is go to your town and you can find all of this stuff for free. Get the scrap wood from the cabinet furniture people, and then the transfer paper is from vinyl shops. So any kind of vinyl store in your area, anybody that does printing, that does car wraps is really cool. This is the back of a sticker. So say, you know, it says Furniture by Joe, and he just got his truck wrapped. They're gonna have rolls of this stuff that they just throw away. It's beautiful. It's super, when it's not all creased up, it's really shiny. It holds the image perfectly, and all that comes off for the most part. Really good transfer. And like I said, it's totally free. So any kind of sign shop, any wrap, there's one in every town. If not, go find a small business. They probably know one that does decals for everything. So that being said, now the main thing is, if you're going to be selling this, like on say an Etsy store, which is really cool because you can make custom ones for people. It takes like 5 seconds to do this project. You can just don't use copyrighted images if you're selling it. If you're not selling it, I'm going to go ahead and print, let's see, we're in Chicago, so let me know where you guys are from. in the comment section, or if you have any questions wood related. I have some experience in furniture making. I have a furniture store, and I have cabinetry business and all that good stuff. So any kind of questions are welcome. I also do welding, cool stuff like that. So I'm going to print, of course, being from Chicago, a Blackhawks emblem. So what I did was I went online, found a Blackhawks logo, and yeah, and that's it. I put it in. You can use Photoshop, which is really cool. So now the wood's all sanded down to 120, ready to go. You print it. You can set the image to print in reverse. I'm not sure how to do that on this program, so I'm not sure if it's going to come out reverse. I was kind of playing with it a few minutes ago. But you just let it print. So it's going to be coming out of this printer real quick here. And it did not quite line up, but you know what? It's live television, so it does not matter. The logo is going to come out. See, on Photoshop, it's really cool because you can set up exactly how you want it to come out. So now you do not touch this. This is the full emblem, but obviously not the full emblem. And then what you do is you just line it up to about wherever you want it, and you do not let it move. So say I want to center it right in the middle somewhat. I am going to set it down and just let it sit. And then I'm going to lightly apply the squeegee force here with the credit card and just work it around. And then if you really are holding it really well, you can actually lift it, take a peek, see where it needs to come out and put a little more pressure. I don't like to put too much pressure right at first because what happens is it sometimes could bleed. And you don't want to bleed it, so you just do a light pass at first, and then you can get really hard on it. And then we check it out, and that is pretty good. So this is a used piece, so there you go. So we have one piece. We'll go back to the there. So, you know, you'll get some imperfections occasionally, but for that quick of a process, you really can't beat this. It dries almost instantly. What I've done in the past is, you know, if you use like a hardwood, you don't have the plies on it, you can like really distress it, which I have videos on YouTube on doing it with Jason for that as well. All free, just go check it out. You know, hang out, look at them. They're usually full of comedy in here and there, so if you can sit past that part, you'll get to the fun DIYs, and it's just a whole really good time. But you could add stain to it, all kinds of cool stuff. The main thing is, to get it to really pop, you want to put a clear coat on it. I do not have that with me, don't have it at the moment, but you're going to want to spray it. I use a Varathane, it's a rattle can shake dealy, and it's, you know, you can get them at Home Depot, all that good stuff. So it's real easy to find. You spray it on there. It doesn't have any kind of weird chemical reaction. It'll lock it in. And it's UV safe. It's UV. I've had one in a window of a storefront for 2 years, and it did not fade at all. I did a like us on Facebook thing, and it just a thumb, you know, and it says like us on Facebook. So this is perfect for small businesses, any kind of custom printing you want to do. Perfect for Christmas gifts. To family, you can do your photo. You could hang it on the wall with a, let's see, you know, just a normal photo clip dealy. You just get those at your lovely Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and then you go, you know, and you're ready to give it out. Now the best part is this stuff, you could reuse it. Get a little damp cloth, you wipe it off. What I do is add just a little water to it. You can see the leftover ink that didn't quite make it, and just lightly go over it, clean it up, and you're ready to print again, which we'll do another print. Just let it dry a little when you're doing it. You know, you don't want to stick water into the printer. So let's see, and if you want to do words, we'll see how that works. I don't know if it's reverse. We're just going to say I set up in reverse. Worst case is it's not going to be in reverse, and that's no big deal. But that's the main time you want to really make sure that things are, oops, sorry, wrong button there. Okay, so you really want to make sure that you do the image in reverse if there's any words on it and all of that stuff. So let's see. All right, so we will print another one and see if it prints in reverse. See, this program, I don't know how to have control over it. So like a lot of them, like Photoshop, which is really cool, I'm gonna keep saying that, but you can literally shape the size and have it spread to whatever size you want, and you're not limited either on the size of your wood for the most part, because you, that did not print in reverse, but you know what, we're gonna do it. But on Photoshop, you can literally put like a few images together, and if you wanna make a huge wall art, that sort of thing. So we're gonna just print it backwards just because, you know, hey, why not? But like I said, you just do the squeegee it over. And now you have a beautiful print that is completely backwards, and you can look at it in the mirror. But like I said, just reverse the image. You just go into settings. It shouldn't be too bad to find. I just didn't have a chance to mess with it on this computer. The one in the house is always set up reverse printing. The computer is, but then, you know, that's not good when you want to print some documents out. Then you get in trouble. You're like, oops, and it's all backwards. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll check it out. What are you printing it on? I am printing it on an inkjet printer. This is an HP. Let me switch to top view. A normal HP printer, not laser. It's got to be inkjet. So the only thing that costs money is you can literally find these everywhere. You can get them at Goodwill, you name it, for next to nothing because everyone wants a new printer, and by the time you buy ink. So ink is the most expensive part, obviously, of the deal. But literally for a cartridge, I think it was like for the 2 cartridges, somewhere around $40 for the pair. You can sell, I've sold so many prints you wouldn't even believe. And you could sell them for, I would sell, you know, anywhere from $5, $10 to like custom ones that were 20, really big wall hanging ones that are really fun. Perfect for wedding gifts because obviously everyone's going to a wedding and the people there are pretty much, you know, have everything. So what can you give them that, you know, will make them, you know, remember like, hey, this is a cool gift without spending so much money. And that is a wood print. So it's really cool. What am I printing on? Well, Rhonda, I am printing on just plywood right now. Just normal plywood that you could get anywhere. And like I was saying before, you can go to cabinet shops, furniture places that actually build stuff. They throw this stuff away. Hardwood's nice because, you know, it's hardwood and you don't have the little plies on the side. But maple is the main thing. You want to print on maple. It's got the best transfer and all that stuff. So it's really cool. And then, oh yeah, for the inkjet printer, actually, check this out. My kids helped me do this. We'll be right back.
And an inkjet printer.
So those are my 4 kids. They're pretty awesome. Don't worry, that printer was broken already. It did not work. I promise. We didn't destroy a perfectly good printer just for fun. That's part in a video that I did for YouTube, so I always throw something kind of cool in there to make it more interesting instead of just getting a boring old DIY, which is cool too. It kind of gets boring. So we will print another one. Hold on, let me see if there's any more questions. So yeah, let me know if there's any questions you guys have. Good luck getting a clear answer. The paper? So if you guys are wanting to know the paper, I said at the beginning of the video, but I'm sorry, I'm really bad at repeating and stuff, but I forget. So what happens is it's just paper that you get at vinyl stores that print on cars and print on signs for businesses. It's the leftovers. Like say you get your car wrapped, it's the leftover paper that comes from this. This is called Orajet is what this one is. What they do is they throw this stuff away. It's the backside of a sticker. So if you can imagine, like, you know, when you're a kid, you get the stickers, you peel it off, you always throw away the leftovers. That's the shiny part. It works super, super well. I've tried the stickers that you buy at Office Depot and Office Max or whatever, all those that are like labels, addresses, you got to buy those, first of all. Second of all, they don't print as well, whereas this Orajet paper is phenomenal. It prints like super easy. It wipes off, you could reuse it like I was showing you before. So it's just totally pretty neat. All right, so like say you have a Christmas family photo or something you want to send to all your relatives. Instead of just printing it on normal cardstock, whatnot, you know, why not just go get some scrap wood or buy some wood at Home Depot. Pine works really well as well, like 2x4s, 2x8s, the size you want. If you go buy that stuff, it's amazing. Like pine is a really cool light colored wood, so therefore the lighter the wood, the better it prints because inkjet printers do not recognize white, therefore all your wood underneath is white. So totally cool. And sorry if I was delayed on the questions, it's hard to kind of trying to work it all here, getting it going. So I found this picture on the interweb right here. It's coming out of the printer. I thought it was a cute family photo. It's a really, just normal photo. If you get a really high-end photo of, say, you take good photos of your family or have professional ones, those work really, really well. The better resolution you can get, the higher resolution, that sort of thing. So, very, very neat. Well, thank you. The comment went away. But yeah, so if you guys still stuck on anything, just let me know. Sorry, I will try to focus on the questions as well during the broadcast. And don't forget, if you're printing words, print them backwards, reverse image, mirror, and then there you go. So then that one is all done as well, and it just comes out, nice little family photo. This was just some silly one on the internet. After you finish that, you want to come back right away, clean off the extra ink, because literally you can reuse these over and over. And Stephanie, yes, it has to be an inkjet printer for this technique. It's the only one. I haven't tried it with the new laser printers and everything. It needs to come out of the printer very, very wet. So literally, if I would touch it and smudge it before I put it down, you have to start over and just wipe it off. Just a little bit of ink that you have to waste. You just, don't touch it, and you get one shot at it, guys. So literally, take your tape measure out. Sometimes I'll when I'm doing, like I used to do some for customers, you really want to mark it out and check, the size of your wood. Put little pencil marks to kind of show you, hey, this is the center, 1 inch end this way, 1 inch end this way. Or do it on a really big piece of wood, and then you could always cut it back down with a jigsaw or whatnot. And then another cool thing is when you're doing these, if you want them to look old and really funky, I'm going to do a video probably on that next week, a live video on distressing wood with a grinder and like a grinder attachment wire wheel. It's really cool. And so what I do for that usually is I'll grind it all down first, get the cool looking, like if you've ever been to Disney World, it's on the handrails of like Log or Splash Mountain. It's that old, looks like it's sandblasted, but it's an easy way to sandblast something, which will be in the next one. And it just gives you really phenomenal results. And then you print on it after you sand it back down to 120. The other key thing is, once again, guys, 120 grit sandpaper is where you want to be for it to transfer really well. I tried 80, it doesn't seem to work so well. Anything higher, you kind of get stuck and it just either absorbs too much, not enough. So, that's the main thing. Do you have to seal it with, oh yes, you do want to seal it. You're going to want to seal it with epoxy, which I'm going to be doing next week as well, because then if you seal it with epoxy, you can do all kinds of cool stuff and make it even more three-dimensional, because you can actually put other stuff in it along with the print to make it really personal. And, well, hello, Amy. She just joined. And so that's the main thing. The easiest way to seal it is with a shake can, little rattle cans of Varathane. It's one of my favorite ones. They have it at Home Depot. It's a really cool product, and it dries really easy. You can just literally spray it on the piece right after it comes out of the printer. You don't have to wait. Just spray it right away. And then after that dries, lightly sand it with 320 grit sandpaper. Spray it one more time, and depending on the gloss that you have in the can that you bought, it will be phenomenal. Like literally, this is super easy. You can do these and sell these. They make great gifts. I don't see why there's not more Etsy stores just selling nothing but this stuff. Especially if you have a customer, you could do like, hey, send me the file and a deposit or whatever, pay ahead of time, and you print it out and ship it to them. It's really, really cool, and it's perfect for, graduations. How often, you can get some on canvas and go to the Walmart and have your family photo taken, put it on just a digital picture on canvas anyway, it looks like it's painted, but you can literally put it on wood and have it you could even do it on furniture. That's another thing I was playing with is if you're into like recycling or upcycling furniture, instead of just, always just putting on the same glazing and all the antiquing, you can literally sand it down and put this image on the side of your piece. You could put flowers. You could sit there and just do individual ones all down the piece. Yes, Rhonda, can you use Mod Podge to seal it? You can use pretty much anything. I'm always about using the strongest thing and overdoing it. So yes, you can use anything you can get at Michael's and Hobby Lobby to seal it. Nothing really reacts with the ink as far as I'm concerned that I've found out yet. I've used water-based, I've used lacquer-based, But the spray cans are seriously the easiest because you could spray that thing and in like 20 minutes you're ready to sand it, spray another coat, and you're done. So doing the Mod Podge and all those things, you know, the less chemicals, the longer it takes to dry, I know, but do it outside on a pretty day, wear the gas mask, do all the good stuff, and then, you know, you totally be good. So yeah, so we are north of Chicago, like an hour, just to let you guys know. And you guys can let me know where you guys are from. It would be really cool to hear. It is very cold and windy, and it was snowing a little bit this morning, which totally is fun. But when it's fun when it snows and it's not too cold. So that's yeah. So you guys just let me know. If not, that's pretty much everything for the most part. You know, I do have the YouTube channel. And I'm more than happy to answer any kind of questions you guys once I get used to reading these things. Sometimes they come back too fast. Woodworking, you know, metalworking, you name it. So, you know, sit here for a few more seconds. If anybody has any questions, more than happy to answer them now that I can focus and show. I'll go ahead and show you guys some top views of all the lovely prints. We'll just do two. And definitely, if you're going to sell these in your Etsy stores, do not use copyrighted stuff like this. They will come after you. Especially if you use Disney, they will totally come after you. I've heard some stories they'll come after your house and not even give you a chance to fight it. It's gone. Let's see. Rhonda is from Cartersville, Georgia. All right, Rhonda, nice to see you. We have family that just moved out to north of Atlanta, was like 10, 20 miles north. Really awesome area out there. And Tim Savage, dang, I missed it. Well, we just did some screen printing basically onto some wood, super easy. Video will come back up and you could just watch it again, grab some popcorn and all that stuff. What kind of paper, Phil? The paper, once again, is the vehicle wrap paper. It's going to be the stuff that, you know, vehicle wrap places, sign companies do, all local to all over the place. If there's small businesses in your town, they will have this little setup. It's the leftover sticker back, so it's totally easy to just peel it off, and you know, they throw this away. It comes in huge rolls, like 5-foot long rolls. So literally, if you have an inkjet printer, it's the size of a spaceship. You could just print whatever you want. So yeah, Dan from New York, sweet. We were just an hour south of New York and Rhinebeck of Albany, and that was totally a fun, super cute place. My wife and I just went and got to hang out with some cool people and went for a celebrity, not celebrity, but a charity, well, with celebrities, so it was totally rad. Oh, what's up, Chelsea? Sorry, yeah, you missed it, but we're going to be doing this like weekly, probably 3 times a week. I have like a slight addiction to doing this, so I love just telling people how to do stuff and showing them, not really telling you how to do it. I don't want to, hey, do this. No, just showing you how to do stuff. Anything wood related, metal related, totally love. Welding, woodworking, building stuff. So, you know, lots of that coming up. We're also using a special paint that I'm waiting on getting here. It's a metal type paint that I'm going to be trying out, and all kinds of cool stuff of glazing and antiquing. So we'll have those coming up as well. And yeah, and we have full videos on the YouTube, Doing It with Jason on the YouTube. You can check them out. They're fun, lots of cool stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and tuning in. Definitely appreciate it. Share this thing. Oh, we'll be having giveaways as well, especially companies are sending us products to use and test out. We totally will give away stuff that's cool, and I will say it works really well. And if it does, totally going to give it away. It's going to be really fun. A lot of cool stuff. So I hope you guys tune in next time. Be sure to like the Facebook page, because that's where we're going to be doing most of our lives. So Doing It with Jason, Facebook, the place you're on right now. Just give that a little follow, and we'll be seeing you guys soon. Not Monday, I have to do an install all day, but Tuesday. Let's say that sometime during the day I will be here. It'll be totally awesome, and I'm gonna shut it down. You guys have a good one.